Imagine this. You're rushing to catch your flight. Your bags are packed, you've cleared check-in, and you've finally reached the TSA security checkpoint. But then, an officer pulls your bag aside. Something inside is flagged, and within seconds, that one harmless-looking item you packed is confiscated. In 2025, thousands of travelers are expected to lose everyday items. Not because they broke the law, but because TSA's new security updates have quietly changed what's allowed on planes. Today, we're exploring the new TSA restrictions for 2025, the surprising items that will now be confiscated, and the real reasons behind these stricter airport rules. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what not to pack before your next flight. Section 1. Why TSA rules are changing in 2025. Since its creation in 2001, after the September 11th attacks, the Transportation Security Administration, or TSA, has constantly updated its policies to match modern threats. From liquids to laptops and shoes to scanners, every rule we know today is the result of an incident, a test, or a new security risk. But in 2025, TSA is taking a major leap forward, implementing AI-powered screening systems, new smart baggage scanners, and a revised prohibited items list that's catching travelers off guard. Why? Because the modern traveler carries more technology, lithium batteries, and chemical-based products than ever before. And as TSA's technology gets smarter, it's also getting stricter. Section 2. The new banned categories. Let's start with the broad categories that are now under new restrictions. In 2025, TSA has introduced 5 new focus areas: power and battery-operated devices, personal care and liquid-based items, food and organic substances, tools and travel accessories, smart luggage and electronic trackers. Each of these categories includes items you probably use daily, but after 2025, you might want to think twice before packing them. Section 3. Power and battery-operated devices. Let's begin with one of the biggest culprits, battery-powered devices. Over the last few years, lithium-ion batteries have caused hundreds of in-flight incidents, from overheating to actual cabin fires. And TSA is no longer taking chances. In 2025, cordless hair straighteners, curling wands, and portable fans are now flagged as high risk if they contain lithium cells, especially if they don't have a safety switch. Even power banks above 100 watt-hours are restricted unless approved by your airline. That small, shiny charger in your bag could now be the reason your flight gets delayed. And yes, vape pens and electronic cigarettes are still permitted only in carry-ons, not checked luggage. But now, TSA's AI systems can detect modified vape cartridges that exceed the safety limit. Those will be immediately confiscated. In short, if it runs on lithium, double-check its wattage and safety markings before you fly. Section 4. Personal care products. Next up, personal care items. For years, travelers have struggled with TSA's famous 3-1-1 rule. Liquids in 3.4-ounce containers, all fitting in one quart-sized bag. But in 2025, there's a twist. TSA is expanding the list of restricted personal products, not just based on volume, but based on chemical composition. Products like nail glue, acetone-based removers, and certain aerosol sprays are now completely banned, even in carry-ons. Why? Because chemical analysis found that some beauty products use highly flammable ingredients that can trigger alarms in explosive trace detectors. Even common items like perfume bottles are being flagged, especially luxury brands using alcohol-heavy formulas. And yes, even your deodorant spray could be confiscated if it's classified as an aerosol propellant. If you're traveling in 2025, the safest choice is to switch to solid versions, like bar deodorants, solid perfume sticks, and non-liquid skincare. Section 5. Food and organic substances. Now, here's one most travelers don't expect. TSA's updated scanners are so advanced that they can now detect organic density, meaning some foods can appear similar to explosives on X-ray. Because of that, TSA agents are now told to manually inspect certain food items, and in many cases, confiscate them. This includes powdered drink mixes, protein powders, baby formula, and even homemade foods that can't be clearly identified. Even something as harmless as a jar of peanut butter can be taken away. Yes, peanut butter counts as a liquid or gel under TSA rules. The updated guidance for 2025. If it can be spread, smeared, or poured, it's considered a liquid. That means Nutella, jams, sauces, soups, dips, all at risk of confiscation. So if you're bringing snacks, keep them solid, sealed, and clearly labeled. Section 6. Tools and accessories. Moving on, travel tools and accessories. Over 80,000 travelers each year forget that multi-tools, pocket knives, or screwdrivers aren't allowed in carry-on bags. But in 2025, the TSA's definition of a tool is expanding. Even items like foldable scissors, mini tripods, or metal nail files can now be flagged if their edges exceed the new 6-centimeter rule. Even umbrella tips, selfie sticks, and metal belt buckles with hidden blades are under special screening. It might sound excessive, but TSA reports that over 3,000 disguised weapons have been intercepted in just the past year. So if your gadget has a sharp edge, hinge, or hidden function, leave it home. Section 7. Smart luggage and trackers. Now let's talk about one of the most surprising 2025 updates: smart luggage and tracking devices. Many modern travelers use GPS trackers, like Apple AirTags, to monitor their bags. However, these devices run on lithium coin batteries, which, under new rules, must be removable to be allowed on board. If your tracker doesn't have an accessible battery, TSA can confiscate on the spot. And that's not all. Smart suitcases with built-in chargers or GPS modules are now required to have visible power-off switches. If the TSA agent can't disable your bag's power manually, it may not be allowed on the plane at all. So before your next trip, make sure your tech luggage has a detachable battery or clearly labeled power button. Section 8. Randomized security testing. But perhaps the biggest shift for 2025 isn't about the items themselves. It's about how TSA finds them. TSA's new automated screening lanes use artificial intelligence to flag unusual combinations of items in your bag. Even if each item is allowed individually, together they might trigger a review. For example, a small motor, some wires, and batteries, separately harmless. But packed together, the system could flag it as a potential threat. TSA calls this the contextual risk system, and it's designed to detect patterns rather than just single items. So even if your bag passes the rules, it might still be pulled aside for manual inspection, purely based on what the algorithm sees. Section 9. What happens when TSA confiscates your item? Here's the part most travelers don't know. When TSA confiscates your item, you don't get it back. In most cases, confiscated items are either destroyed, donated, or sold through government surplus programs. Yes, there's actually an official website where confiscated items end up, from pocket knives to brand new gadgets. If your item is taken, TSA officers aren't authorized to return it or send it back to you. So if it's valuable, don't risk it in your carry-on. Section 10. Exceptions and workarounds. Of course, there are exceptions. Certain items can still fly, but only under specific conditions. Here's how to protect yourself. Check official TSA updates before you pack. The list is updated monthly. Declare anything unusual at the screening point. Honesty often prevents confiscation. Use travel-size solid alternatives for toiletries. And for electronics, carry proof of manufacturer safety labels or watt-hour ratings to show compliance. The TSA agents aren't out to get you. They're following a strict checklist designed to keep everyone safe. Section 11. The real reason behind stricter rules. But all these changes point to a bigger picture. Airports are no longer just looking for weapons or explosives. They're analyzing behavior, travel patterns, and materials at a microscopic level. The push for tighter TSA control in 2025 comes as the agency integrates with global threat databases, AI scanning, and automated passenger profiling. It's part of a worldwide movement where every bag, every liquid, and every device tells a digital story. And while it may feel invasive, these changes are designed to prevent the smallest risks from turning into international incidents. So the next time you pack your bag, remember this. It's not just about what you think is safe. It's about what the scanners, sensors, and algorithms decide is safe. From your toothpaste to your tech gadgets, from snacks to smart luggage. Every item is now part of a new chapter in air travel security. Because in 2025, the TSA's message is clear. If in doubt, leave it out. Travel smart, pack safe, and double-check before you fly. Because the rules of airport security are changing faster than ever. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more travel updates, safety tips, and behind-the-scenes insights from the world of aviation. Safe travels, and see you in the next video.